Kia ora, namaste, and a very warm welcome to all viewers tuning in from around New Zealand and beyond. You're watching live coverage of the 2025 New Zealand Indian Hockey Championship, proudly hosted this year by the Waikato Indian Sports Association in conjunction with New Zealand Indian Sports Association, bringing together community, competition and culture. This tournament has grown into one of the premier events of the New Zealand Indian community sporting calendar, showcasing not only some of the best hockey talent in the country, but also a legacy that stretches generations. Whether you're new to the NZIHC or have been around since the good old QBT days, you're in for an absolute treat again this year. I'm joined in commentary this morning by Suresh Wallab from NZISA. Good morning, S-Man.
Good morning, everybody. Namaste, Jai Shri Krishna, Ram Kavi, Gemshaw. How's everyone today? Hey, awesome game, that last one. I hope you all tuned in, and now we're in for another action-packed one for the ladies. Yep,
we turn to the women's section, and it's our second game of the day on the live stream turf between Wellington Indians and the Auckland Indian ladies. Two teams here that have met a few times over the last couple of years. My research searched back, and they've played twice in the last 2 years with one win each. Wellington, they won 2-1 last year up in Harbour, and Auckland, they won 1-0 down in Wellington. So split the difference at the moment between the two sides, but they're always tight ones as we see the two teams get together. Our umpires for the match, Aidan Waller and Shane McNee in yellow. For those unfamiliar, Wellington in the light blue, Auckland in the green.
Yeah, so I think both teams, they're pretty young. Look pretty young. Rebuild. I know Wellington's been rebuilding for a couple of years. This year coached by Girish and Girish Dale.
Yep.
And then Auckland also, mixed of young and a couple of oldies there, but it's good to see. And they're coached by Raj Pancha, who's the president of the Auckland Indian Sports Club. He's got a couple of his girls in the team there, Zeta and
in goal.
Yep. And as you can see, girls are all lining up, shaking hands.
Yeah, there's Anisha Patel there. She'll captain the Auckland side at the front of the line. Following her, looked like Pratika as well.
Yeah, Pipi up there, and Alicia, yeah, that's, I think his brother stands in goal and does bugger all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's the more athletic one, obviously.
And then Roshni Parbu, she'll captain the Wellington side. She's been here for the last few years with the Wellington ladies. Alongside Radhika Bika, she'll be solid out there for Wellington as well. There we can see just over the shoulder of Roshni Parbu addressing the Wellington ladies before they get out for their first hit out of the year. And there are the Auckland ladies as well. So first look for 2025 of our women's section. There's also a women's game warming up over on Turf 2 at the moment.
It's Pukekohe versus...
Is it the other?
North Harbour.
Yeah, the Harbour team.
Harbour. Yep.
So that'll be a battle over there as well. Harbour, of course, the defending champs, and taking on Puke. And out here on our turf, Wellington and Auckland. And we just saw the Wellington men go down in a penalty shootout thriller against Christchurch. Again, you mentioned S. Hopefully you guys all tuned in to that one to start off our tournament. And now we look at the ladies. It's Wellington. They'll have first use of it here. Free hit going the way. Dump it off. And now a bit of pressure being put on here.
Oh, pretty cool under pressure there from the Auckland girls. Well done. That was a good passage there.
Yeah.
It's nice and
nice composure out of the back there under the pressure. And now they'll win a free hit in the middle of the circle. Take that one quickly and try and get to the other end of the field. Yashani, that one.
Saw Yashani there at Heritage just a couple of months ago.
Yep. Yeah.
A few of these players that have backed up from Heritage. Yashani, obviously Pratika.
Yep.
I think a little one in the middle here. I just need to get their names.
And now Wellington will have a look at their outlet. A bit of a scramble in the middle of the field. Both teams, we mentioned in the men's game, probably just re-familiarising themselves a little bit in this first match.
Yeah, I know Wellington play together at a club level.
Yep.
I think Auckland have more of a, I don't want to call it a social team, but I think more in the Div 2 maybe.
Yeah, lower grade side.
Yeah. Because a lot of these, like I think Anisha there, Pratik, a few of the other girls do play for other clubs and like your reserve grades or like we know in some of the other teams, some of the girls are playing in the Premier comps, etc.
Feeling nostalgic.
And now Auckland, they'll be asked just to take that sideline hit outside the 25-yard line on a reset. And the 3D pass will fall.
And just picking up on the old mic on the sideline there, you got Asha, that's Sarge's mum, and Sadhna, who are both Wellington girls.
Yep. Probably don't realise they're so close to the mic.
No, so I'm going to remind them, but I can just hear them reminiscing about old times, how they were playing tournaments, because they would have played a lot of tournaments together, being Wellington old girls. So it's quite cool when you can hear that sort of stuff, and that's what these tournaments are all about.
Yeah, and that's one of the highlights of it. And I mentioned it in the call, and it's not just a buzzword. This is really generational stuff, these tournaments. The number of grandparents, parents, cousins, brothers, sisters, etc. that play in these tournaments either together or in yesteryear, a real feature of the tournament. And yes, you've got to make mention, I think you've got a full house out on the other turf
so
this weekend.
All the girls in the household have decided to play, so they got their mum out there and the 3 girls. So yeah, 4 of them are playing.
Yeah, pretty epic, and I'm sure that story's mirrored right around the country.
Yeah, well, it's awesome. Like, I think not sure, it might happen in the men's B comp, in the B section where, the dads can play with their sons and stuff, not so much in the A grade.
Yep.
But I think, in the ladies comp you can do that, just the way the comp is and just how we can, ladies comp we can bring the younger ones through that way, which is awesome to see. And they're playing against aunties and stuff like that, which is always a bit of fun. A few bragging rights at Christmas, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly it. As we see a little back and forth here between the two teams. Majority of the game played at this Auckland attacking end over the last couple of minutes. And bit of space out around the back if they can get the transfer happening here, Auckland. Here is the captain. And now, a bit of pressure here. Wellington will win the free hit just inside their own half. And nowhere to go. That one's cut out well. And now forward come the Auckland side through Danica Patel.
Danica was at Heritage.
Part of Heritage,
well.
yeah.
One of our younger players.
Yep. And that's the cool thing about being part of this tournament as well. We see these players at Heritage, but to get to see them play for their respective Indian sports clubs, always cool to see.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of players playing for their sports clubs, there, Pup, part of the Pookie set up again this year. Jared Panchia, of course. Look forward to seeing him show off a bit of his skill when they make it to the main field later in the weekend, Pookie.
Yeah, I think that might be later on today, actually, Brad. Let me have a look on our...
We'll have to figure out our draw for the afternoon. 6 games on the live stream turf for those of you that are wanting to stay in touch with everything here.
Not going to see them on here. We're going to see, so the next live stream after this, so we've got Bay of Plenty versus Auckland A. So that's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, that's the other two teams from the pool we saw this morning. Of course, the Wellington Christchurch pool. So that'll be exciting stuff later in the day. At the moment, though, the women's team's starting to find a little bit more space now. Auckland again, just trying to move the ball around. Pratika rolls it forward and gets it back. And lovely advance ball now for Auckland. Into the circle it comes. And defended well enough from Wellington. And one thing of note already, the men's teams that played this morning have already made a pit stop at the food tents. The Christchurch boys were in there pretty quickly and have since funneled out, checking out what's on offer from the food tent. I think I saw samosas, pies, sausage.
Oh yeah, man. Straight after game, I'd go hard on pies.
Yep.
All the time.
Absolutely. Only one way to prepare for the next game.
Yep. Load up. Bit of protein, bit of carb. It's all good.
And here come Wellington.
Oh, nice.
Your first tackle, I think, was good. Second one, not so flash there from Anisha.
Anisha, yeah.
And now a not 5 call. And big opportunity here for Wellington. Penalty corner there on the foot.
Tangle up in the feet there, I think, eh?
Yeah, I like the advantage played by the ref too. Perhaps just seeing if there was going to be an opportunity for Wellington, but penalty corner coming. We'll see it on the replay here. Love the entry. That one tangled up.
Yeah, I think we're seeing that a lot more of the umpires are, like, you know, just doing a lot better these days of letting it flow. Just that little extra couple of seconds just to see how it runs.
Yep. And we'll see a little old school at the top of the circle here. An upright trap by the looks. Roshni Pabu, she's up the top, the captain for Wellington. It'll go to her. And they'll get a reset. In fact, no, call come over the headsets. Just a long corner, not another penalty corner.
Oh, they are mic'd up as well, which is good.
Yeah, yep. And nothing from the penalty corner, but still opportunity here for Wellington. They've got the entry, and it goes.
Oh, well done. Just nice safety out.
Yep. Cleared here. Wellington enjoying a couple of opportunities in recent minutes. Love the skill there. I thought it must have gone close to the foot there. And there is a foot, though, for Auckland. They'll win the free hit. And Pratika Patel, she'll have a look at both options before deciding to try and hit the gap, and they'll do enough there. Tanaka taking it quickly, and take the sideline hit as well for Auckland. They work their way slowly up this left side of the field. And now opening up the other side of the field. Transfer. And now the free hit taken, auto pass. Okay, here come Auckland, but well defended. Now the captain, Anisha, she looks long handle. And Wellington will win that one. We're midway through this first quarter. A little bit of a reset. The defender too close that time. Straight out over the sideline. So Auckland, opportunity just outside the 25-yard line. And up that right side it goes. They'll take.
Catching the foot there.
Yeah, a little free hit.
Some good passages here. Good little short interchange passes. You know, I think both teams are still trying to find, yeah, sort of as they say, feel each other out a bit. good defence there by Wellington outside the circle, so no PC.
Yeah, I think you're bang on. Yes, man. Trying to, really refigure out each other as teammates, but then also work their way into the game. Is that entry a nice one?
Pratika there, yep. Good to see her hand is, she has the gloves on after losing pretty much most of her finger last year.
Yeah, that's right.
A bit of a horrific stick save in the PC.
Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest X-ray, that one.
It wasn't a pretty sight because I got to see it as well. So
Yep.
no, but she's battled through.
Yep, back again, of course, for Auckland.
The local legend, Damish Puna. Down there. I think he's injured. Yeah, he's injured, so he's not playing now. We got last minute withdrawal, unfortunately.
Good to see some of the old boys out and around, especially those local, the revival really of the Waikato Indian crew. Back into A section this year.
Good little kick out by Zeta there, just keeping it clear.
Now,
yeah, the cool thing is you get to see quite a few different faces down here. A few guys come out of the woodwork.
yeah, I remember, fondly remember our first live streaming of this tournament in Christchurch, and man, the number of people that had been to sort of 30, 40 years worth of these tournaments on the trot. Such a special part of the tournament is the history of it. So, always cool to see those who've been here for a number of years.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to play in that one, Brad.
Yeah, do remember in goal for the Pookie team.
Yeah, that bloody Hiranmani in the final.
Yep.
It was good fun. Hey, that's the memories you have, I guess.
Someone's got to do it, hey?
Yeah, the older we get, the better we were. You know how it was, or how it is.
Now,
Here we go.
Auckland, opportunity here. Pabu, work to do. Can't do it. Still there for Auckland.
Oh, good.
And, yeah, wins it in the end, Roshni. She was part of a New Zealand Indian ladies side in Napier many moons ago in an affiliates tournament.
Yep, correct. Yeah, when there was the affiliates.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roshi. And her mum Hansa is a life member of NZI and has done a hell of a lot of work. So a big shout out to Hansa Band for this weekend's, for the work she's done over the weekend with the registrations and just the constant help that she gives.
Yep.
And obviously Roshni's brother Kieran is involved with the CD team.
Yep. Absolutely. The goalkeeper
there. And he's a member of the NZISA as well. So.
And an air pilot, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
AP. And again,
I think you might want to have a chat with him if he speaks fluent Te Reo
Māori, yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you've had a few chats with him recently on his journey into Te Reo Māori, which is really cool. And I'm sure we'll see the CD boys a little bit later. I mentioned earlier they had a bit of a training session out here on the turf before the first games kicked off. So up in the A section again this year at CD. As Wellington ladies, they try and link a few passes up going forward. Free hit, I think we'll go their way. Yeah, just outside the circle here at Wellington, but the clock's going to beat them all. I'm not sure they were aware of the time left. We're all locked up here on Turf 1 between Auckland and Wellington. Nothing hugely troubling for either goalkeeper at this point. There was the one penalty corner for Wellington, which didn't amount, of course, to a goal. Still level, and we'll check out some of the highlights here from this first quarter. And that entry there, this is the penalty corner, well earned by Wellington. Yeah, that one just off the stick of the first runner. You can see there the umpire signalling for another penalty corner, but they had the communication, and off the stick it was. So nothing coming there the way of either team on the scoreboard. And we see the two teams there into their quarter break. Coaches and captains both pretty vocal. There we can see over the shoulder of Anisha Patel, the captain. And on the Wellington side, there again, coach and captain with a fair bit to say. Girish Dial for the Wellington ladies. He's the coach. You can see him there just on the left of the circle, fairly animated so far. Both teams are pretty tentative in that first quarter, really. Not a lot of opportunity either way. The majority of the game being played in the middle of the field. But look, as both teams start to get a little bit more comfortable with each other and work their way into the game, as some opportunities start to arise. Shout out there, we just saw Deepak Lala, a long-time servant of this tournament. He's the technical officer for this game, was in the last game as well. And we're back underway here through Wellington. And they'll win it just in advance of halfway. Free hit there. Darshna Govind plays it forward. And now well defended in the end by Auckland. It's Janisha Patel there, just trying to find an outlet option. She goes to 3D this time, and they'll take a sideline hit up towards halfway. First quarter here, women's section game, New Zealand Indian Hockey Championship 2025. And again, linking up here, come Auckland into the middle of the field. And that one might be pulled in. No, just a little bit too big there for Shania Dyer. And it's a little messy there, but the captain cleans it up, and now they come forward. Yashani linking up there, Terensha. And again, just beating Shania over the baseline. And here is the captain for Wellington, Roshni Parbu. And they transfer the ball, but it's untidy there around the back for Wellington, and an open invitation now for Auckland to move their way into attack. And they opt to go out to the captain. Love that from the skipper. Good long handle straight through the middle of the circle. But no one there for Auckland. Any little touch on that could create a real opportunity for the Auckland women. And again, they try this outlet right side. This time linking up a little bit better. And now Wellington keep the ball moving. This is better from the Wellington side. And they'll win a free hit there as well. And get it going quickly. Love this from Wellington. Opportunity at the edge of the circle. Still going. Weaving. Trying to find the shot. And second opportunity now. And it's like penalty corner going the way of Wellington, perhaps just for a little bit of the elbow work in defence from Auckland. we'll have another quick look at it here. This was the, this is actually the earlier little advantage. Look at the stick skill here though. Beats 1 and 2, just keeps it on the end of the stick. And we're back out here for penalty corner. Wellington all ready to go, but Auckland's still putting masks on. She's going to have to hold that for a couple of seconds as we finally get set. Wellington, second corner. It's a miss pull. And they're unsure. Roshni forces a save. Second one, third one. And it rolls agonizingly close along the goal line. Wellington couldn't put that one away. They had a few goes at it. And again, you can just see at the top of the screen there, goalkeeper having to try and shield the eyes from that sun. It is still in a pretty rough position at the moment for the Auckland side, looking into it. Wellington, they've got it at their backs, at least for this quarter. And that one's, well, cut out there. Danica just trying to find a pass along the top of the circle. Finally gets one going, but can only find the sideline. 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter before half-time. And Wellington enjoying wave after wave at the moment of attacking opportunity. But free hit will go the way of the Auckland ladies. A little bit of a body obstruction there, overrunning the ball. And half touch there in the midfield. Wellington will get it back on the sideline just in front of the dugouts. And they look long but can't link up there. That one's too far ahead of Radhika Bika up the front for Wellington. Anisha Patel again just looking at it, looking at her options, trying to find anybody moving. And that one's cut out at halfway by Wellington, but they win the free hit here. Love the work. Shania Dyer, she takes it quickly, still going. Dyer. And Wellington, this time they look long again. And well worked, the free hit by Anisha. Again, just searching for something. And right on halfway here come Wellington. Up that left side. Pass cut out. And free hit will go the way of Wellington. Just inside the 25-yard line. So we get a look at the attacking circle. We take it, Wellington, in it goes. Opportunity here, but again, rolls past the far post. Another opportunity gone begging there for the Wellington ladies. See it again here on the replay. First touch, second touch, and just nobody there. Pratika linking up. Nice little turn there in the middle of the field from Yashani. And again, that's Shania Dyer there, little number 2. Been impressed with some of her work this morning. Now a bit of space here for Wellington if they can link up. And again, they'll take a free hit just outside the 25-yard line and look in towards the circle. That one, though, cut out by Pratika. And now a race. It's won by young Maya Rama. Still there for Maya. Oh, what a tackle. Excellent work there from Wellington, and the touch past Pratika. And now there was an opportunity if they could let the ball go. They've got a striker up nice and high, the Wellington team, up in the circle. Again, they'll inch closer. Good to see the crowd out this morning. We mentioned in the earlier game, a lot of people out early doors this morning to check out NZIHC 2025. And this women's section match, second game on the live stream turf here. And just an update from Turf 2. There's a penalty corner there for North Harbour in the final minute of the first quarter. Game still locked up 0-0 between Harbour and Pookie. Out here, Auckland, Wellington, same score, 0-0 midway through the second quarter. And Zeta there having to run out and collect the ball. The goalie making her do the tough work. And Anisha, she'll get the ball on the spot. Almost cut out at that time by Wellington. And this one's going to roll all the way down here to Dyer. A little bit of a mix-up there. Free hit actually was the way of Wellington. And tidy turn there from Wellington, showing off some skill down this right side of the field. Link up in the middle. And that one's cleaned up there. Chaya Naran. And back onto it, Naran again. Looking left. Alicia Barner there. Wins the free hit for Auckland, and they'll roll out through Naran, and it goes. And again, has been the flavour of it for both teams. Just nobody in there on that goal scorer's spot. A couple of balls have gone either way, and nobody there. Nobody wants their name on the score sheet at the minute. As Auckland work their way around the 25-yard line. And they'll win one. Yashani Barner. And it goes this time. They had players in there, but it's cleaned up by Wellington. And they roll their way up this right side of the field, but cut out well. Janisha has linked back up with Naran in the middle, and again through Yashani. And out over the sideline it goes. Wellington, they'll pull it out of the corner. Turf 2 score update, 0-0 into the first quarter. So we close in the final 2.5 minutes here in this Auckland-Wellington women's section game. Just filling in your scores for those that have just joined us this morning. Christchurch A, they won their first up game in the penalty shootout over the defending champs Wellington on the live stream turf, while Pookie took care of Waikato in regular time. So Pookie with 4 points. Christchurch with 2, and Wellington with 1 so far in the men's games that were played here at Gallagher. I think there's men's B games happening over at St. Paul's this morning. Wellington B took on Pookie B in the men's B section, and at the moment North Harbour B versus Waikato B also in that men's B section. So now big opportunity here for Auckland. The shot, oh, she's ripped it to Maya Rama. She gets the high fives, but man, would have loved to see one of those players on the post again in that goal scorer's spot. But what an opportunity. We'll see it again. Open spaces there for Rama. And she gets hold of it. So warning shot there. Auckland. And with just 1 minute left in this first half, would have been an excellent time for them to score. And do they have one more opportunity in them here inside the final minute? Lovely receive. Here comes Rama again. She's a handful. In it goes. It's a little messy, but Wellington scramble enough. And free hit will fall the way of Wellington. Just inside the attacking half. They've only got about 20 seconds, so they've got to get it going quickly. And that one will beat them all out over the back line. So a little bit of a rush here in the last minute of the game, of the half between these two teams. And there's the hooter. The end of the first half. We're locked up here. Wellington and Auckland in the women's section, 0-0, end of the second quarter. And the big opportunity of the game was that late one to Maya Rama for Auckland. Wellington, they had a couple of penalty corners, but couldn't really get anything happening on goal. And both teams will go in for their halftime waters, lollies, oranges, and chats about what needs to happen to get on that scoreboard in the second half. See the two teams there, of course, Wellington in the light blue, Auckland in the green. Welcome back here from half-time. It is our women's section game. You can see the score there, 0-0 between Auckland and Wellington. Teams back out onto turf one here. Wellington in the light blue, Auckland in the green. If you're just joining us, welcome to the New Zealand Indian Hockey Championship 2025, hosted by the Waikato Indian Sports Club in conjunction with New Zealand Indian Sports Association. Yes, positive signs already here for the tournament. Good crowds out, the food tents are full, the turfs are full of action, and we're away for 2025.
Yep, no, it's a good start, and there's no rain, which is great.
Yeah, touch wood, may that continue. Bit of wind, but...
yeah, but it's good though. But yeah, it's nice to see everyone out here, you know, like they're all... it's cool because you get everyone watching, you know, there's quite a few people watching the ladies here, like a lot of families come out and come down to watch. Brothers and sisters hanging around, you know, mums, dads, uncles, aunties, all that sort of stuff. So it's always cool to see.
Yeah, that's it. And the other cool thing is some of the men's sides that played earlier this morning as well, sticking around to support their ladies' teams. We'll just perhaps find a date to tomorrow night's shindig.
Potential suitors, you
think? Yeah. I mean, look, if you're between the food tent, perhaps the other event of the weekend.
Well, it's actually a good time to come for you young fellas because there's 4 ladies teams playing at the moment. So if you can't find somebody, there's something wrong with you. Right?
There you go. You got 80% of the available options. They're all playing right now. So
if you want to come up and see me, I can probably get you the team sheet so you can do a bit of Insta stalking if you need to.
There you go.
Yeah, so just, in all seriousness, it's great to see everyone out here, and how cool is this? 4 ladies teams playing at once. I see Puki Kawi over there under the pump. That's like the 3rd PC in a row over there.
Yeah, of course, they're taking on the defending champs, North Harbour, who won one at home last year. Pretty cool for those ladies. They've got an attacking corner at the moment, as you mentioned.
It didn't look like it went too well, so... yeah, so that's...
But you're right, how good. 2 turfs, ladies' games, and everybody's out to support. So really good signs. And for those of you unfamiliar, we mentioned it, Heritage earlier in the season. Yes, a full complement of the Indian ladies representing NZI as well.
Oh, yeah, like how special is that, having 18 young ladies represent New Zealand Indians? You know, when we first started at Colmar, we had, I think, 7 or 8.
Yes.
And the rest are made up of invitation players, and that carried for like 3 years. Last year with the 16, we only took 16, so we had full 16, and this year we had the 18 with the extra goalie and another player. So, you know, it's just awesome how these girls have grown, and just how we've tried to work hard with the clubs to get that depth. You know, I know people think we don't do much for the ladies' game at that time, but you know, it's NZI we're trying, but you know, we need support from clubs as well. Yeah,
and I've got to take hats off to both NZI and the clubs, as you mentioned, because only probably 4 or 5 years ago it felt at risk of losing the women's game from this tournament, and you know, we were looking at options of how do we run it? Is it 5s? What's happening at 23s? All of those sort of situations. And to have not only 5 teams here and all competing this weekend, but a full NZI ladies team, it's obviously heading in the right direction. Yeah, I think so. As we see a PC, first one for Wellington, I think a bit of a lazy tackle there from Auckland. Yeah, it was outside the circle too, so you know, perhaps a little bit of build-up of some unsavoury tackles there going the way of Wellington. It's their 3rd here, first one of the quarter. And can they finally get something going from the short corner? Again, it's a little bit messy, the drag. That one's come up off an Auckland stick and will fall there just in the circle for Wellington. Oh, what a touch, what a save. Zeta up for it, was she? Yeah, look, I mean, she must have been on her tiptoes because it's up around the shoulders and she managed to get a hand on it. want to say it was potentially a little deflection from 39, potentially. We'll see it again on the replay. A little bit messy. And have a look at this. Oh, no, we didn't quite see it because the corner's back on.
Good defence there.
Yep.
Good running. Yes.
It's been a little bit messy, the injection from Wellington. They've had 4 corners now. One of them went straight to Roshni, which was run down by the first runner. The next 2, including the one previous to that, just looked a little wayward, and that time they changed it up and again run down. So they've had 4 opportunities at it now, and nothing really other than that late deflection that we didn't quite see on the replay, but we'll probably have a look at it at half-time. Wellington stay on attack. I'm always interested in the thought around that sort of play there. So she runs it 5 metres out of that ugly corner to maybe open up and then just rolls it back down there again.
Yeah, rolls it down to the line where you should be looking for, say, that 45 into the circle at least. Try and get in the circle, maybe get little touch or something in there.
Yeah, because the one thing of note is both these ladies teams play quite a condensed game.
Yeah.
The passes are a lot shorter. You know, they try and keep numbers around the ball. So often if you can get it out of those corners, better than staying in them, as we see a couple of little challenges there. Either way, a little fall for Auckland. They'll take a breath there after defending a few waves from Wellington. Tika here looking, that one a little longer, but it's not trapped. And Wellington, they'll get it again here, sideline. Lovely entry, ton of space in the middle of the field here. Almost doesn't know what to do with it. And now Wellington roll forward. This is much better build-up from the Wellington side. Love this.
Oh, they stretched him wide. Just ran away from her a little bit there. But there was a good passage of play there, just spreading it wider, and just couldn't find that baseline.
Yeah, lovely midfield transfer for the Wellington team. And now the captain, the Auckland captain, just dump it off to her left half. Cut out by Wellington, and the double turnover. In fact, triple turnover.
Oh, I think she was playing off the other whistle.
Yeah, the whistle went, and I think you're right. I think it was from turf 2, actually, as that one goes down to the corner, and it's going to be on the sideline, right in the corner.
Did you see the seagull up there, number 48? That's Pras Puna, Darmish's wife.
Yes.
Played a lot of hockey for Auckland in the past, so it's good to see her out here helping out the younger ones coming through. And she's also manager of the ladies team, so that's good.
Now there's a, yes man, the names escape me, but there's a sisters that often play for Auckland.
Sisters play for Auckland. What names have we got here, my man?
Not on this team sheet, missing this weekend.
Oh, the Nana girls?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think, I'm not sure what Alicia's doing. I don't think she's playing. I think Sharina may have had a baby.
Right.
Well, I think so.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm not giving in wrong information. Someone can text it to me maybe, but I'm sure that's the reason I did hear that.
Yeah, that's right. Alicia and Sharina Nana, who played a few tournaments, of course, for Auckland.
Yeah, and involved in the Heritage a couple of times
Yep.
here and there. Just, but yeah, they were awesome Prem players. So.
And as we see, just coming through the entrance gates, looks like the Auckland boys have arrived.
Yep. A few flash haircuts down there.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Took my advice and got a fresh fade yesterday. Yeah, looking all pretty sharp, aren't they?
They are looking good. Come out to support at least the second half of their ladies' game before they suit up to take on Bad Plenty coming up next.
Yeah, I think Dills needed to do something though. Just trim the beard.
Yeah. He's looking a bit ragged there.
Yeah. These young guys are just so fresh and clean, and yeah, I know he's a senior, but There's no excuse.
No. As we see a couple of opportunities here for Wellington through the free hit.
Oh, nice quick pass.
Here we go, and it goes.
Oh, good save. Good job.
Nice kick clearance there.
Yeah,
I'd been asking for it in that first quarter. Finally, Wellington had somebody in that goal scorer spot, in and around the post.
Yeah, Zeta did well, staying on her feet and just got around it, just keeping it clear.
She's had to make a couple of saves in this second quarter, so Wellington putting a bit of pressure on.
Yeah, she's done well. I had her down at one of our training camps we did in Christchurch, and yeah, certainly listens to everything you say. Yeah, very energetic. I've got a school goalie that's just probably smaller than her. And,
You're right.
They're so energetic and just full of it, full of life. It's good to see. But yeah, no, they make up for it in their speed and agility.
Yeah, and it's interesting, quite a number of the goalkeepers across the Indian sides, men's and women's. We've got some of the smaller characters going around. Dill not one of them, of course, but both the two out here for these ladies' teams, and then even in the men's game this morning, certainly not the tallest customers going around.
Tall guys, eh? Yeah.
And you even look as far as Jude Menez, a long-time servant for the Indian men's national team, and not the biggest fella either.
No.
Jude, so perhaps something in the water there for the Indian goalkeepers, in it. Long whistle.
I wasn't happy about that tackle, I think, just that.
I'm thinking, did he potentially, I missed the signal, but was it a stroke?
I don't think so.
They kind of reacted that way, and the players have all got out of it.
Was that charge in from maybe the... So Press was on the ball.
Yeah.
And I think she just came in on an ugly angle.
And in fact, it's going to be a free hit out. So after all of that...
I think he lost control of it, maybe. I don't know.
The teams were certainly set up for a stroke. They both all bailed out to split sides, and then it's now a free hit out. So a little turn of tables on the calls there. But anywho, Auckland now an opportunity.
0-0, and the other side there is coming into the second half, still sitting on 0-0.
Yeah. About to start the third quarter over there. And here, Auckland now, can they find their way in? No, that one's defended again by Wellington. And a bit of space on the left side of the field if they can open it up. Here it comes, lovely pass.
Yeah, I think you just need to get your body around there, just on that wing side there.
Yeah,
Just
Alicia, love to take it on the forehand.
Yeah.
Looks like we've also got the Bad Plenty boys arriving as well. We can see boombox and medical kit in tow.
Yep.
Yeah, they're actually in the black and red jackets this weekend. Familiar.
Flash, eh?
Yeah. Often seeing them in the orange, and I'd say they're probably playing still in the orange.
Eagle Electrical, is that what it says?
Yeah, Eagle Electrical. So it looks like they've sponsored some jackets for the boys. A shout out to Eagle Electrical. And I mentioned they got a...
Oh, it's an eagle on there as well, mate.
Yep.
Very cool. And they're up against...
in Auckland.
Auckland, eh?
It's that game coming up on the live stream turf, so...
Oh, that's going to be a juicy one, right?
And a little mix-up coming out of their own end here. Auckland, Wellington will get the free hit coming, and you're right, S. This could be 4 levels of excitement, this next men's game.
I think so.
And Wellington, they can't get through. In Auckland now, here's Maya Rama. I was impressed with her in the first half.
She's done well, eh? Nice little run.
In fact, she actually
Not
got
caught up.
Yeah, going against her. And one of Bad Plenty's finest characters there, Dr. Lal, and he comes.
It's got the visor on top as well.
Yeah, how's that? Double protection.
Yep.
Of course,
The dock.
the dock. And these two ladies teams still battling it out, a lot of it being played in the middle of the field. As a team kind of works their way into 2 or 3 minutes of possession, then the other team has a go, but neither able to find anything on the scoreboard yet.
Yeah, I think sometimes we get caught up in it just going too direct, where I think Alicia had time to, Anisha, sorry, could have come back and around, you know.
Yeah.
It's one of those things in the ladies' game we don't see much of, is the back and arounds, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's more maybe a confidence thing.
Yeah, and I mentioned, you know, these teams in the ladies section like to play that condensed style. They like closer passes. They like to keep the ball on the stick a little bit more. And you're right, probably don't see as much of that big open transfer in the ladies' game. So have a look at some of the highlights here. This is the one we wanted to play out. In fact, we didn't see the end of it. Now this one here was the call one way or the other. Yes, we did signal stroke to start with, and you're right. Prush was pretty pumped up about it too. But free hit out ended up being the call, as we see the both teams' coaches there pretty animated in their huddles.
Yeah, Girish, long time member and player of Wellington.
Yeah, hopefully, we'll just have a look at this. See if we can get the full thing play out here, because there's a lovely save, this one.
Oh, good save.
Yeah, so the deflection there is Karina Barna just in front of the goal, and Zeta Pancha there getting a good little save on it. But this game's got the everything about it screams a dribbly, bobbly 1-0 something.
Or a shootout.
Yeah. We've already seen one this morning. For those of you unfamiliar, this year, all games need the result, and all games, if they're drawn at the end of regulation time, will go to a penalty shootout. And if we get there, we'll fill you in a little bit more on that come the end of the fourth quarter. But we saw one in the men's game, and Christchurch taking down the defending champs Wellington in the men's A section Pool A game this morning. Ladies teams come back out onto the field here.
Last quarter.
And the update from Turf 3, still 0-all.
See a PC. Just looking through the gaps.
Yeah, it looks like a penalty corner for Harbour, and
looks like they scored up,
yeah,
maybe.
They're all running back to halfway, and I'd say
it breaks the deadlock over that side.
Yeah, Harbour. They're the first goal scorers in the women's section for this year is North Harbour.
And back to the action live again.
And Auckland v Wellington here.
I like Pratika's games come on a lot over the last couple of 2 or 3 years since we first saw her at Heritage, right?
Yep.
Just growing, like her confidence. I think that's the main thing, right? And we talked about it with Hiru, just how confident she's become. You know, just a lot more game time in the senior levels.
Yeah, and I think here, for certainly for this Auckland team, having to take a lot more of a senior role as well.
Yep.
And that's what you expect of your NZI reps.
Yeah.
When they go back and play for their sports clubs.
Still very young, so you know, got a long future ahead of her, which is awesome.
Anisha just splits the gap. Lovely ball. Now, here come Auckland up this right side. Yeah. She's got players ahead of her too, if she can get it going.
Goes Danica. Nice little run.
She'll play it again from the sideline. And they'll get another free hit here, Auckland. And they take it quickly.
Oh, that's something that really annoys me. She stopped the ball. She's gone 4 meters and then he decides to blow it to go back. It's like, come on, man. Just let him play. You know, like.
Yep, I agree. Yes, especially in those sort of scenarios there. You know, she's still got to go 5 before going into the circle, so it's not like she can walk straight in and shoot it anyway. But let them play.
Yeah.
And now Wellington, they'll win one just around the halfway marker. And into the middle it goes. This time looking a little longer. Love that little touch. Wellington here, who's first to it? Oh, she'd got there that time. Karina Patel.
I think Zeta just did enough there to put her out.
Yeah.
Put her off there.
Check her run a little bit. Wellington, they've certainly created the opportunities. And Roshni Pabu under a bit of pressure as well. Yeah, Wellington with the opportunities in this second half. We'll see this little replay just off the touch there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just a nice little...
Yeah, excellent work there, Zeta.
I was wondering why it was a 16, so yeah, just back onto a stick, which is good. I think Auckland's finding a bit more space here.
Yeah, the game is starting to open up a little bit more, you know, which hopefully is going to create some real opportunities at either end. The team's looking to lengthen up those passes a little bit, which is exciting. Oh, a little bit of...
Come on.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah.
Sorry, that's soft umpiring. There's nothing in that.
No.
She just did a quick turn.
Yep, blind turn, which happens. And for it to be yellow card, I think that's...
Pretty tough. Shouldn't even been, not even worth a green.
No, it's a nice free hit. Perhaps a 10-minute HIA or something like that for the head contact. Hey.
Yeah, that's unlucky. Unlucky for the Wellington player there.
Yeah. And so it'll be at least 5 minutes.
Yeah, being a yellow.
On the sideline. In fact, we can see up on the scoreboard they do have the counter.
Pretty flash.
Top right, yeah, it is a bit flash. Pity they can't get the Indian Sports Club logos up there though.
Yeah.
Or the sides.
I guess it's but part way there, at least we got the names right.
We're getting there. We get in there. So Wellington, well, they'll have to do it with only 10 on the field. And now, can they find a way through despite the card against them? Bit of skill here. Come, Wellington. How's that?
Shayla.
Yeah, Shayla Dahl there.
Hi guys, we're here today at the Hamilton Hockey Turf. We're watching our good friend Jess.
Where are we picking that up from?
Yeah,
One
we're...
touch today.
For those of you, I'm sure you can probably hear the little bits of it on the sideline mics. Some of our sideline roving commentators. We might have to get them up here, S-Man. We'll find them because they're doing an all right job at it.
Where is the other mic? I'm trying to find it. Is it on the other side or near side here?
Yeah, we'll go for a hunt after this game, but we've got some budding commentators on the sideline. If you do catch the stream, come up and have a go.
Yeah, come and have a chat to me.
Yes is always looking for people to relieve him of his duties.
No, I just think sometimes with the ladies' game, it's good to get a lady's voice. And
yeah.
So if anyone's keen to give it a crack, even if it's for one quarter,
yep,
just come and have a go. You know, like Brad won't bite. He might bite your samosa if you bring one up here.
Absolutely.
But no, but it's just always nice to see. We just want new ones coming through, just different voices.
Yeah, and it's always cool to hear from you know, people associated with different sports clubs up and down the country as well. Well, they're pretty pumped about it. It's
I don't know if they're there. Maybe they've got. Okay, I'm going to go for a rove around. What quarter are we in? Oh, we're in the last quarter.
8.5 left to go in the game here, all locked up. And it goes.
She never tells us anything. Yeah, she didn't tell us it was blue.
Wellington with another free hit up in that attacking zone. They're doing well considering they're down a player. kept the bulk of the play at this end.
Oh, first touch.
Can Auckland find a way through? Not that time.
I think they've just, it's crossed over on something else, I reckon, because they're spilling some juicy tea on something. They're talking about first crush, so I'm just wondering where are they, so we can just spill more of the tea. Oh, there they are.
And still here, Wellington trying to find a way through. Ball across. Wow, well cut out.
Oh,
Oh, there's a tough challenge.
Shoulder, yep. She's bounced out.
But
Yeah, let's go, Jeff!
Wellington still a player down for probably another 40 seconds.
It is, brother.
Yeah, Jess is on! I'm a prop then. Immediately, like forward. You might as well just pass the ball.
And out over the back line. You said it, S, perhaps destined for a shootout here in this women's matchup.
Let's see an update on the other field. It's North Harbour 2, Pukekohe 0.
Yeah, so a couple of goals in quick succession there for Harbour. Wellington here, opportunity along the baseline. They just run out of space, well defended there.
Nice stick work there coming down that line, eh?
Yep.
Just, at speed. Is that Josh's? I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
Tanzia?
Teza.
That's right.
Yep.
So I remember her from the Wellington tournament,
Yes.
and even last year, man, she carved up. She was going well. And she was only, what, 14?
Young.
Back then.
Yep.
Looks like she's grown a foot or two, well, a foot at least, and she's looks a bit stronger, which is awesome to see.
And Wellington still deep on attack here. They've got their player back, which is good, so they're back to 11. And perhaps an opportunity for them now. Around the edge of the circle they go. And they'll win one there. Jaina Parag.
I think that's maybe Omisha's or Russian's daughter. Big family there to Prague. I think Sashin, his son, Wish's boy, was playing in the Wellington team. Keeps falling down.
And Auckland now with ball out of the back. Now, one thing, for those of you unfamiliar with this tournament, when you start seeing the red racing jackets come into the ground, S-Man, the red racing jackets usually means
racing jackets.
Yep, CD must be in and around the area.
Yep.
Like I said, those familiar will know. They'll be fairly accustomed to those red jackets.
Oh, here we go.
Now Wellington, big opportunity. There's the entry on the reverse. And just I think got it on the head there, back of the stick. Love the confidence to have a crack at it though.
Yeah, not many
Don't see it a lot in the ladies' game.
no, they're not too a card.
Yeah, again, don't love it, but considering the other one got a card, you kind of have to follow suit there, unfortunately. It's like a bad game of hearts.
It's maybe a 2-minute green is sufficient.
Yeah, so this time Auckland, well, they're going to have to do it down a player for what will be the rest of the game.
Yeah, I don't know if the umpire's bosses is hearing, but, you know, just ease up, man.
Yeah.
Green card's enough. Or blow your whistle harder, give them a warning. There's no intent, there's no malice. It's the ladies' game's been played in good spirit, so why spoil it by doing this sort of stuff?
Here's Auckland now. Interestingly, both times the team have lost a player, they actually start to create a little bit in attack here. You know, Wellington were on attack for the bulk of their 5 minutes without a player, and now Auckland, will they finally get down the other end of the field?
Yeah, they've got last 3 to go, and Looks like there's been a bit of action on the other turf where it's 3-0 to Harbour now.
Yeah, I tell you what, they must have had some samosas at half time, or something's happened in that third quarter. Perhaps they did a Christchurch and went all guns blazing for one quarter and got their way through.
Oh, it's our mate from Heritage. I think she must be injured.
Now Wellington working the left baseline.
Natasha, remember? Pringle.
And Wellington again. So they've spent most of this fourth quarter down here. Circle entry. And they'll have another long corner. Can they find the breakthrough? Wellington, 2.5 minutes left to play in the game. Or are we headed for the second shootout of the day? Still going. Oh, here is the opportunity. Wellington, can they finally get one right from the set piece? I'd say if they can get one here, it'll probably seal the game for Wellington. Have a look at it on the replay.
It's just pretty messy in there, wasn't it?
It's a nice entry from Babu.
Good control. Oh, well was that?
Yeah.
High skills there. Good. Keeping the ball close to you.
Here we go. Opportunity to break the deadlock. 1.5 minutes left at Wellington. It goes to Pabu. She hasn't got all of it, and it's saved well there by Zita.
She did well, just keeping her pads together, and just because those bobbly old shots can go anywhere.
Yeah, they're certainly not the easiest to look after. And Auckland, they try the aerial route. And Wellington, well, they've got 1 minute left here. If they can find a way into the circle, that one's not going to do it.
So Jaden there's got the old drone set up for a bit of a...
Yeah, I think also up in the air looked like a couple of droplets. Now, touch wood, I don't want to say the R word, but some umbrellas have started popping up in front of us, yes, man, and perhaps the Hamilton shower on the cards. Just keep the turfs watered.
I might have to commentate the next game as well, because I don't want to go out there in the cold.
You have to straighten your hair again.
Yeah, I know.
It's final 30 seconds. Can Auckland go length of the field? Well, here's an opportunity for them. And some space on the left, but cut out at halfway. And after 60 minutes out on the field, it looks like we're headed back to the 8-second shootout.
Might be a...
There's the hooter. So as we mentioned through the game, this one will go to a penalty shootout. Those of you unfamiliar with the shootouts, each team will select 5 attackers and 1 defending goalkeeper to represent their side in the penalty shootout. Now, each attacker will alternate teams to take 8 seconds to try and move the ball from the attacking 25-yard line into the circle and score a goal. There's no limit on number of shots, saves, rebounds. Just the 8 seconds. Now, if the ball goes over the back line, shootout is over. If it's in the goal, shootout is over. If the attacking player commits any sort of infringement, so back of the stick, kick the ball, obstruction, anything along those lines, then the shootout is over. If the goalkeeper commits any sort of offence, so bad tackle, stick challenge, obstruction, then it will be either a retake, a shootout retake, or a penalty stroke, depending on the severity of that infringement. We'll see some of the highlights here and get ready for the penalty shootout. All right, down here on the turf for our ladies penalty shootout there, we can see the two captains with the myriad of umpires just explaining through their process there. I gave him a little bit of shout out earlier in the game, but Deepak Lala, of course, there, long-time servant of this tournament.
Is that Wellington, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, he's been doing awesome stuff for us over. He just wants to be involved, eh? It's so cool that we can have him out here.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can just hear a little bit of audio there from, looks like the lead umpire for the shootout. She'll control things, and I briefly explained how it all works. 5 each.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And it looks like we'll try and get those names once those players look confirmed. If we just slide our camera to the right a little bit, I'm hoping we will see the Wellington crew. Just to the far right of the screen now. So and then also on the far left, looks like Auckland have picked theirs out as well.
So you got Press, Shani, Danica.
Anisha.
Oh, there's a lot.
Actually, that's more than 5. ladies.
Paper, scissors, rocks,
Yeah.
maybe.
I said the umpires couldn't count to 8 earlier. Maybe the ladies can't count to 5 either.
Oh, hang
so
on, there
no.
we go. Oh, no. Oh, Press is just here as manager.
She's the, yeah, right.
Okay, so Danica.
No stick, expert.
Danica. Yeah, Shani, Pritika. Ah, who's that young one?
We'll call them as they go.
Maya, maybe?
Call them as they
Chucked
go.
away the team sheet so I can't see it.
So penalty shootout time. 2 games, 2 shootouts. She's a tight one this year.
So we've got Roshni there. 42 is Nikita Parag. In 14 for Wellington.
That's Surjit Singh.
Surjit Singh.
So it looks like first up here for Auckland will be the captain, Anisha Patel. She will go first for her side.
Just get to the top and crack it, Anish, I think.
So here we go, 8 seconds on the clock.
Oh, good stick work and
Yeah,
control.
yeah. She wore off a couple of stick challenges there, but puts it in the back of the goal, using most of those 8 seconds, I dare guess.
Yeah, but she did well. Took great control of the ball.
Yep.
Good work. Good heads-up play for the captain.
Yeah, looks like, is that Nikita Parag there for Wellington?
Yep.
And
good work, Zita.
yeah, really well defended there by Zita in goal.
Up very quick out past the spot, wasn't she?
Yeah, moved her feet well, stayed on her feet. Again, for goalkeepers watching, the key is trying to stay on your feet as long as possible and not commit too early to anything. As now,
Number 7.
yeah, Chaya Naran.
Oh, that's it, yep.
Nice drag, little spin. Can't get past the boot. The goal's open, but the hooter had gone
goal.
first.
Unlucky.
Yeah, she did well enough there in goal.
Are they using a hooter or a whistle?
Yeah, I think it is a hooter down here. Yeah, there it is at the 25-yard line.
See, this has happened before. So they could, Auckland could challenge and go for a retake if I were them, but no. What are you using? I'm sorry, there's 5 of yous out there. Get it right.
Here we go.
Oh,
And
another big
saved.
save.
Yeah, that one. There it was Shayla Dahl. Couldn't make that one. So 1-0 advantage Auckland at the moment.
Looks like North Harbour have run away with it. It's 4-0 on the other side there. Pretty go. Oh, wow.
Just like that. That's how you do it.
It's the speed, I think, just
Yep.
really.
Yep, Pratika just a nice little drag left to right, and around she goes at pace into an open goal, and they extend 2-0. Wellington, they have to find an answer here, ideally in this shootout.
Subajit, is that right?
Yeah, Subajit Singh for Wellington. And does it. And she's pumped about it as well.
It's a good shot.
Yep.
Good angle.
Yeah, and had a little bit of a skip on it as well. I think probably just beating the boot there of Zeta in goal. So 2-1, Auckland with the advantage. And looks like Yashani, she can put some real pressure on here with a make.
Oh, wow.
And does it. Yashani just gets around the goalkeeper, puts it in.
Big angle too.
Yep. And now the pressure is right on here for Wellington. If they can score, we'll move on to the 5th. If not, it's game over and Auckland get it. And it's going to be on the shoulders of one of the youngest players out there. How's this?
Anzia, is that right? I think we're saying her name right.
Oh, wow. And just like
Was that a reverse?
Oh, a little
reverse
reverse 3D over the stick into the side post.
Wow.
That's special. Yeah, it doesn't look like much phases her too. Man.
But like Josh, right?
Come back
Just
pretty
not
relaxed.
much phases her, just gets on with business. Good girl.
And now this for the win here. Danica just walks it in. And that is the game.
It's
4.
yeah.
4 is enough. They can't catch them now, Wellington. Nobody out there's done the maths except for Deepak. And finally, it's a delayed celebration, but Auckland get it done there, 4-2. Same score as the men's shootout, I think, if I remember correctly. So Auckland ladies, well, they have to do it the hard way via the penalty shootout. And I mentioned in the lead up to this game, they'd split the last 2, 1 each in the head-to-head results. So no surprises that this one was just as equal. And Auckland get it done via the penalty shootout. And so they take 2 points from this one. Wellington, just the 1. But again, just showing how tight this tournament is between all the teams. And for those of you that were joining along, sure enjoyed that one. Make sure you get back onto the live stream for the next game coming up at 12:10. That'll be Auckland A men taking on Bad Plenty A, of course, in the men's A section, which, look, we whispered it a couple of times through that game, but this one is going to have all of the excitement plus a little bit more. So don't go away. Go and grab a quick chai and a samosa and be back here for 12:10 for men's A action.